Egypt probably created government about 6,500 years ago. So civilization in Egypt is probably about 6,500 years old. We think that the Sumerians probably started government a couple of centuries later. So the Sumerians beat Egypt to writing, but the Egyptians beat the Sumerians to government, and the two of them were always really close to each other whenever there was a development. So it just kept, whoever was first, the other guy was second. Sumer and Egypt, they just kept flipping back and forth in developments. So another way to look at this is Egypt was conquered by the Romans in 31 BC. This is a pretty catastrophic event for Egypt at every level, in part because the Romans were rough. To give you an idea what I mean by the Romans were rough, when Gaius Julius Caesar, the guy you incorrectly call Julius Caesar, his first name was Gaius, his last name was Julius. His name that modified his last name was Kaiser. Gaius Julius Caesar. Julius is his actual last name. What type of Julius was he? He was a Kaiser Julius. That's how his name actually worked. But anyway, so the guy that you guys incorrectly call Julius Caesar, when he conquered Gaul, today France, he killed 1 million of the Celtic population living in Gaul. Now you go, how bad was that exactly? There were 3 million Gauls. He murdered 1/3 of the population. He enslaved another million. And then he turned and looked at the remaining million and went, welcome to the Roman Empire, Republic. Because they hadn't quite yet made it an empire. Right? That was the Roman way. Now the Romans varied in how cruel they were. So when they got to Dacia, they killed and enslaved everybody. In fact, they were so thorough about destroying Dacia, you don't know where Dacia is. It's effectively been erased from history. I'll tell you where it is. It's Romania. As in the Romans erased it from existence and then named it after themselves. And it still holds the new name. When the Romans conquered Egypt, they wanted to crush the Egyptian population. So they did things like they banned Egyptians from owning land. They banned Egyptians from riding horses. They banned Egyptians from doing anything but wearing the color blue. Egyptians had to always wear blue. And the Romans did this because they knew that the Egyptian population was going to be complicated to rule over. And then they were right. The Egyptians kept rebelling, so the Romans kept massacring them by mass crucifixions.